Hello everyone, welcome back to Online Maths Hub. We're going to be solving this problem you see right here. Of course, yesterday I posted this problem on my page and it has gotten a whole lot of reaction. Some persons saying that the answer is 36 and others saying that the answer is 4. So which of these answers is actually the correct one? And why do I think that one of these answers is not correct? So I'm going to be illustrating, I'm going to be solving this question in the course of this ensure you follow through so that you actually see how we are going to be solving it. Okay, now so let's proceed. So here we have 60 divided by 5. Okay, and of course the most logical way to solve this problem has always been to begin from the inside. So we want to first of all evaluate this. So 1 plus 1 is actually 2, and then 2 multiplied by 1 here will give you 2. So what I'm going to be having now is 1 plus 2, okay, in parentheses. So now that we've gotten this, we can still continue to simplify this. So I'm going to add this. 1 plus 2 is 3. So what I'm going to be having next is 16 divided by 5 brackets 3. Okay, now if you notice or if you have gone through the comments I've got, you actually see that most persons actually got to this point, and it is from this point that most persons began having divergent views. And so one class actually did something like this. So they actually said 60 divided by 5, which is 12, and then 12 times 3 gave them the 36, and that is why you are having 36 to be their answer. And then another class actually did something different. So what they did was 60 divided by 15 times 3, which is actually 5 times 3, which is actually 15. And of course, when you do that, you're going to be having that your answer is 4. So this is how these persons actually got the answer to be 4. So the question is, which of these approaches is the correct one? So how should we approach this kind of problems? You need to actually remember word mass, which is actually the rule that guides math operations each time we are solving a math problem, which basically says that you have to first of all evaluate the expression inside the bracket, and then of course you move over to off and then deal with division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. Or even if you are using pen dash, you also have a similar thing. So here you first of all deal with the parentheses, you deal with the exponent, that is if the expression is having some exponent. You deal with multiplication, division, addition and also subtraction. So for each of these rules, you actually see that you have to first of all finish as clearing all the brackets or parentheses, and that is the rule that is you're actually going to follow, and then you get the most logical answer. Okay, now another thing you also need to know is, if I have something like this, let's say if I have 10 divided by 6, I can actually write 10 divided by 6 as 10 divided by 2. I can actually write 6 as 2 brackets 3. Okay, of course 2 bracket 3 is also 6, but then you cannot simplify this as 10 divided by 2 multiplied by 3, because if you do that, what you are going to be having here is 15. But then 10 divided by 6 is not equal to, okay, so 10 divided by 6 is not equal to 15. But you now see that if you go via this route, you are going to be getting 15, and so this is not equal to this. Okay, and so for you to actually evaluate this kind of problem, you must first of all have to also open this bracket just by doing a 10 divided by 2 times 3, which is actually 6, and then it takes you back to this one that you are having right here. So you now see that to continue from here, you cannot do 6 divided by 5 and then you now go ahead to multiply your result by 3. If you do that, you're not going to be getting the correct answer. So the most logical thing to do here is for you to also continue by clearing this bracket right here, and if you do that, what you are going to be having is 16 divided by 5 times 3, which is 15. And if you do that, you're going to be having that 60 divided by 15 will give you 4. And of course 4 is supposed to be the answer. And of course when you go over to maybe go from alpha.com, you're going to be seeing that if you punch this expression right there, that you are going to be seeing that the answer is 36. But I wanted to check something. If you also go through the step-by-step solvings right there, you are going to see that the way they actually solved this was they presented this question right there, 60 divided by 5 into 1 plus 1. Okay, 1 plus 1. This is how they presented it. And of course this is not equal to what we have right here, logically speaking. Okay, so you need to note that they are not equal, because by the rule of board math, which I just showed you guys, you have to first of all deal with the bracket you are having or the parentheses. It is once you are done dealing with the parentheses that you can now go ahead to simplify other things. In addition, when you have expressions like this, expansion rule is actually telling you to use what is outside the bracket, to use this factor that is outside this parenthesis or bracket to actually multiply everything inside bracket. And even if you do that, what you are going to be having this to be is actually 60 divided by, okay, so if I multiply through, let me just put all of them in parentheses. Now I will have 5 times okay, I'm going to be having 5 times 1, which is actually 5, and then plus don't forget when we evaluated this one, this is actually, this plus this is 2, and then 2 times 1 is 2. So what I'm going to be having is 5 times 2 again, which is 10. So this is what I'm going to be having, and then 60 divided by 15 will still lead us back to what we have to be equal to 4. So whichever way you actually want to use to solve this, you just need to understand the rule of expansion, and then the these rules I've actually mentioned, which tells you the order of operation whenever you are solving a mathematical problem. Once you're able to understand it and then apply it in solving math problems like this, it will actually help you and guide you to get the correct answer. And so guys, this is why I think that the answer is actually 4. Just like I've shown you guys, you have to continue clearing all the brackets. You have to continue simplifying the things inside the bracket until you are done opening all the bracket before you can now go over to evaluate the remaining operation here, which is the division sign. Anything other than this will give you a different answer, and that may not actually be the correct answer. I understand your calculator will give you a different thing, but then there may not be using this board mass rule or the pen mass rule. But if you follow that, logically solving it the way we've actually done it in this video, you are going to be getting the correct answer. So thank you so much guys, and of course I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye.